Hey guys.
Hello.
So I wanted to start this off because we haven't been here for a while.
Sorry.
We've been busy. But wanted to share first off, you see this well-groomed, well-cut dog here? This is our dog Pinkerton, and we just got her back from... Oh no. We just got her back from the groomer, and so she was completely groomed. She had a beautiful little bow and all this other stuff.
She did not have a bow.
Well, she had a bandana.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had a bandana. All taken care of. The lady had it for about 2 hours, and it cost a total of like $12.50. So
she's growling at
she's growling at Gunner.
She's my old lady that doesn't like putting up with anything, especially when she's getting the attention.
Well, she just turned 9, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she just turned 9. So, okay. So I'm gonna put her down now. Go get Gunner. I got it. So when we started this channel, we didn't want to sit there and like inundate you guys with, you know, videos every week or something like that.
I have some in my eyes still.
You do?
Yeah, I'm good. I think I'm good. We'll see.
Right.
Don't mind me if you're bad on eye stuff.
Yeah, don't look.
Well, don't look.
And so we really wanted to just make videos when we had actual things to say. So it's been a few months.
Well, it's been a few months, but it's also Costa Rica kind of went back on like deep quarantine.
That's true.
And so we really didn't go anywhere.
No.
Or I mean, yeah, I guess we could have videoed like everyday life of not going anywhere.
Right. You know, just hanging here and you know, just doing laundry and stuff. But anyway, the other day, however, you had to go to the doctor.
Yep.
Yeah. She likes stressing me out.
Well, no. Well, before you get into the doctor, I went to the U.S. too.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So we should probably touch upon like the travel stuff. Costa Rica's pretty open still. They do require, if you are not fully vaccinated, to have health insurance when you come here, strictly for COVID. And so that's about all that they require. Nothing has changed just yet. They were trying to do this whole QR code where you had to register that you have been vaccinated, and you wouldn't be able to go to establishments that weren't non-essential without having this QR code that they scan. And well, the whole tourism thing, that would really, really hurt Costa Rica's tourism. And so from the last I've heard, it's a no-go.
Yeah.
So, now to get into the U.S., if you are a U.S. citizen and not vaccinated, you have to get a COVID test within 24 hours of your plane trip. And the San Jose airport, they have facilities for COVID tests, and we also got our COVID tests here in Palmadas, as long as it's a licensed facility that the government has approved for travel purposes. So yeah, you have to do that. But if you are fully vaccinated, you can get your COVID test within 72 hours instead of 24 hours. So that's just the gist of it. Me and Kenneth went to the States. We had some things to take care of, and we didn't tell anybody, so we surprised everybody. So the only person that knew was my daughter.
Yeah.
And so it was really good to see my baby girl and to help out with some things that need to be done, and it was great. I was busy. Every time... Oh, great.
I'm out.
Every time I go to the States, I feel like it's a marathon of everything that I need to get done.
Because you're always on the go.
I am on the go, and then I get back home and I'm exhausted. So
Mm-hmm.
made it there fine, made it back fine. Flights were great, no cancellations. It was all good. Came back, of course, exhausted, and then I noticed I had a pretty large lump on my left breast, and so I kind of gave it a little bit to see, but it got harder, and I didn't think it was breast cancer. I felt like it was an infection. It was hot, but get it checked out. So we have an emergency clinic in our neighborhood.
Yeah, because you guys remember there's two different types of medicine here.
Mm-hmm.
There's the socialized government medicine, which we pay every month as being residents here, and that's free.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can go to the private sector, and there happens to be one at the bottom of the hill here,
Mm-hmm.
and that one you actually pay for. So, so whenever we were talking about it, it's like, let's just go down to the bottom of the hill because the doc down here has a very good reputation, and
But he was out of the country.
Yeah,
he was on vacation. But I got a different doctor, who was really sweet.
Yeah.
And if you're like me, like most North Americans, I don't like to wait. I want to know now.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be seen now.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel fortunate enough that that's what happened.
Oh yeah, we were there. We were waiting for maybe 20 minutes. We had a friend of ours call down there and say, "Hey, we're going to be showing up. She needs to get checked out."
And she was also checking to see if the doctor was in,
Yeah.
and if it wasn't like too busy, if he would be able to see me today.
They're like, "Yeah, come on down."
Mm-hmm.
We sat for like maybe 20 minutes, and
Maybe.
then the doc had us come inside. He did a really good job. This guy spoke pretty good English.
He was so nervous. And
But
I'm
he's
like,
very
it's
sweet.
okay, it's okay. And very sweet. He checked me out. He thought the same thing, that I had an infection. So he gave me some anti-inflammatories, and he also gave me some antibiotics. But we also scheduled an ultrasound.
Right. The antibiotics he gave her were specifically for masses.
Well, it's a bacterial or mass thing type thing.
Right.
So.
And because we looked that up,
Mm-hmm.
and him seeing her and doing the exam was $39 and some change.
Mm-hmm.
And then the
Antibiotics
And-
and the anti-inflammatory.
that was like $20.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were on our way back to the house.
Yeah, he had us go out to a secretary to schedule an ultrasound with the doctor,
Mm-hmm.
and she got me in 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
So and she travels to different clinics. So,
She does a traveling thing.
yeah,
Oh, I
she
didn't
does.
realize
Yeah.
that. Okay.
So she travels to different clinics. That's why you had to schedule. So went in. I was 10 minutes early. She was amazingly on time
Yeah.
and had me come in. Did a very, very thorough ultrasound and explained to me, pretty much I had a breast reduction. I have some scar tissue, and inadvertently I probably, which I don't remember, but we've been a bit busy, family things and all that fun stuff, that it doesn't shock me if I don't remember if that I banged it, aggravated the scar tissue, which she called it. I think I got it right, necrosis gracias.
Yeah.
And infection. So it was good that the doctor put me on antibiotics, and she said it should get smaller, and if it doesn't, that she will check it out again, and she can schedule me for a mammogram. But she didn't feel like it was necessary at the time.
Well, whenever I was asking you about how it went, you even mentioned that she didn't just check the affected breast. She checked both and
Armpits. I was globbed up. I had ultrasound
she checked
gel.
your throat too, right?
Yeah, she was also checking my throat, the lymph nodes, and
Yeah.
she did and she also did the upper chest.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I was lubed up.
Yeah. So anyway, we had no idea how much that was going to cost.
Yeah, I mean, if I think of the States, I'm
gonna be
see,
expensive.
but either way, it's you got to get done. It's
Yeah.
worth it.
And so it was a grand total of $56.
Yep. Doctor got a copy of my ultrasounds.
Yeah, we have
Got
the copy of the report.
Yeah, the
with
report
the pictures.
within. Yeah, I was back home in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was quick.
Mhm.
So, but anyway, so we just got that taken care of, and I can't. Oh, one thing I was gonna, obviously we like the medical care we received here in Costa Rica. The people have always treated us very, very well, and they do a good job. It's just a good, solid job. So, anyway, one thing that we did here about a month or so ago, we needed new seat cushions for our outdoor furniture. Okay.
Wow, you just went from healthcare to seat cushions.
Yes. Yeah. I just switched.
We've had a lot of little things that have been going on that have been occupying our time, and yeah.
Yeah. When you retire, you get really bored and don't do anything.
We have not been bored.
Yeah, that doesn't happen. But so anyway, we needed new seat cushions
for our outdoor furniture. Yeah.
Here, and you guys have heard me say this before, Google don't work. You don't get on Google whenever you want something. You start talking to your friends. And we were talking to Rebecca. I think it was. Was it Rebecca?
It was Rebecca.
Said, hey, we need some seat cushions because the ones that came with ours were really thin.
Somebody's dog. We won't mention names.
No.
Tore, a few of them up.
Yeah. And so we needed some better quality stuff. Look at this. Look how thick that is, guys.
Yeah, it's much thicker than the ones we had before. And she had hundreds and hundreds of fabrics you could choose from.
Oh, yeah. We got...
Can't see you. You gotta put that down.
Okay, yeah. We got two of the chairs like that, and then the sofa like we're sitting on here. The lady all she needed was like the measurements. She came by, got all the information. How many days do you think?
I want to say she had it back to us in a week.
Yeah, it was a week or less. She had it back to us. $40. $40, and these are twice as good as the ones that came with.
We
the
didn't have
furniture.
to buy anything. She had all the materials.
Yep.
This is with her buying all the materials and everything.
And matter of fact, I've got a rocking chair that belonged
from his grandma.
Yeah, from my grandma, that's getting kind of tore up, and I'm probably going to have her make some seat cushions for that as well. But it was really funny though. I mean, you ask your friends, you say, hey, I need X, Y, Z, and it's like a network. They all branch out,
and it's faster than anything I have ever seen. I will get a call back, and I will already have forgotten what I had asked, and they were like, "Oh, I found a lady." A lady for what?
Yeah. So what are we doing here? But so anyway, the quality was fantastic, and we just kind of wanted to share because the culture is very, very different here. It's like today. I went for a run this morning, and as we were running, we ran like 5 miles, and I guarantee you 10 times the people I was running with had to wave or say hi to somebody who they knew.
It's kind of like a small Midwest town that you know everybody.
Yeah, like 40 years ago.
Yeah.
A small Midwest town 40 years ago. That's kind of the way it is here. And it's so nice. It's so refreshing. The matter of fact, I've got a race coming up Sunday morning, and it's not some huge, big club or big organization. I think they might have advertised a little bit on Facebook, but other than that, it's word of mouth, and there's going to be a lot of people there.
Yeah.
So the very how community oriented everything is here, that's very refreshing. And that's one of the reasons why we have said before we don't live near a tourist area. If you want to try a different culture, you really have to go to that culture.
Immerse yourself into it.
Yeah, you've got to. you know, going into a, you know, a gated community surrounded by people from the same
and that's
area.
okay if that's what you want.
Yeah, if that's
I
what
mean,
you're looking for, there's no
there's
problem
plenty.
with it. And you've got a lot of options.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking for that change in culture, it's very nice, and it's very doable too.
Oh, another thing I wanted to mention. So, you know, if you're traveling to Costa Rica right now, the colonia is like going down.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's great for us because it makes certain things be a lot cheaper. Imported items are going up.
Yeah, that's,
You know,
more
grocery
expensive.
items of certain things are going up. But it makes us sad because we have a lot of friends that this is just, you know, it's not good for them. I mean, if they're working and they're making United States, North American dollars, then it's great for them. If they're not, and the prices are going up, and the colonia is going down, then yeah, there's some hard times.
Well, just as an example, in 2015, whenever we came here to visit, it was 500 colones to $1.
I thought it was 550 colonies.
Not in 2015. 2017, when we came here in 2017, then that's when we moved. When we first moved here, it was 550 colones to a U.S. dollar. And for the longest time, it had gone up to around 610 to 620. But here the last month or so.
And what he means gone up.
Right.
It's good for us because then it's 620 colones to the U.S. dollar.
Right. But if you get paid in colones and you want to buy something imported, you've lost your buying value.
Right.
And right now it is 640 colones to the dollar. And they're saying that it could go as high as 700
by the summer.
Right.
So again, awesome for us, but bad for Costa Rica.
Right. Yeah, I know the U.S. economy. Well, you had sticker shock.
Yeah, this last trip, I'm like. So we took our son to the U.S. for his 16th birthday in July, and yeah, it was normal. But me going back in November, it is a huge difference. I'm like, wow, I don't know how. I mean, don't get me wrong. Costa Rica is one of the most expensive Central American countries. Yeah, but I got wiggle room. Like, I can go shop here instead of over there, and I can go do this instead of over there. You know, you have choices. In the U.S., you don't have any choices. Even the cheap areas that I used to buy when I would buy groceries,
Well, how much you say that Aldi's steak was, a roast?
It was a roast, and I'm like, $23 for a roast. Yeah, whoops, sorry, laundry. Laundry going crazy. Yeah, so, and then gas, don't get me wrong, gas in Costa Rica is really high, too.
Yeah, it's actually more high than it is in the States, I think.
But just sticker shock, buying stuff you need, like groceries and things like that, and I'm like, man, this is insane. So, yeah, especially, and I was in Missouri, Springfield, Missouri, so, yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine like East Coast or West Coast or like Colorado, somewhere like that. You know, it's going to be...
You would definitely have to be very creative. Yeah, things are...
So, even though... And the reason I even brought that up was I know inflation's going up in the United States right now, as well as here, but for whatever reason, the dollar is doing better and holding better against the colone. So that gives you an idea of how bad the inflation actually and the economy is doing here, when the U.S. dollar doing as bad as it is right now is still beating the colone.
Yeah, to where it makes us in a really good balance to handle inflation because we're getting U.S. dollars, and it hasn't affected us the way it is going to affect other people.
Right. But so anyway,
basically we're in a good spot.
Yeah, and
we don't regret our decisions.
No, thank you. No, I was telling her, she knows this. You know, I wake up every morning I have a cup of coffee, and while I'm drinking my coffee, I say a prayer because I'm very thankful for the decision we made to try something new, and very, very, very grateful to God that we ended up here because it's a good spot.
It has enabled us to help our daughter that is in the States with things that go. You know how it is when you're on your own and you're new at this. Things happen.
Yeah.
Gotta, and so I'm grateful, and grateful that we can also help our son. It makes it being here because we don't really require much. Makes it easy to save and have a savings account. We're like. Back in the States, we're like, "What's a savings account?"
Oh, yeah.
It was a hit and miss account where I saved, and oh no, the engine needs repaired.
Yeah.
So
I used to live. I literally lived in fear. She would hear something wrong. We had 2 rigs because we both drove to work. We both worked full time, and she would hear something, and I would get this, honey, there's something wrong with this, or I hear something here on the car.
I may not know a lot about cars, but when the sound changes when I'm driving, and I drove a lot to work, I know that something's up and it needs to be fixed.
And she was always right, and it was always expensive. But
it could have been worse. They always said it could have been worse.
Oh,
because
that's
if we would have let it go, it would have been worse.
That's true. Yeah. And
so I saved us money.
That in that way. But that's the thing. It as a working class family, we were never able to get ahead. We could tread water, but we couldn't get ahead. And so it's a blessing to be living in a situation now to where our daughter
living in a situation we've never been in before.
Oh yeah, we never had this before. But for our daughter, she's dealing with that right now, that whole treading water thing and getting her foot in the door and starting with her career, and us being able to have a little cushion to help. That's a blessing. So
yeah.
But anyway, guys, we've racked on for 22 minutes. And we'll try to get videos up more often. I think Brian wrote probably about a month or so ago saying, "Hey, are you guys doing okay?"
We're sorry, Brian. We're here.
Sorry, man.
And then I think another lady wanted to know about essential oils.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not an expert in essential oils. I just kind of do a little research. I do have a friend that has more information about essential oils, but because of COVID and the restrictions we had here, we have not been able to get together and do that, and she works full time too. But here eventually we'll do that if that's something that you still want to hear about. Yeah,
because she's really knowledgeable. She actually runs her own little company called Bashira, which is it's all sorts of creams and salves and organic.
Yeah, I use her sunscreen because I've been going swimming. Yeah, swimming here in Pamas. They have a pool, and I've been going swimming here, and so sunscreen needed.
Yes, I'm too pale for this. I use her shaving cream.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Every time she comes back from the pool, she's always a shade or two darker.
I'm like, look at me, my tan.
Yeah. Oh gosh. So anyway, guys, take care, and if you have any questions, as always,
take care of each other.
Yeah, take care of each other. It's important right now.
Yeah.
And like I said, if you guys have any questions, or if there's something you want us to talk about, let me know. We will get to it. And
sorry we've been gone for so long. It's just like they say, life happens. And if I don't want to give you the sordid details of everything that's happened, it's just been happening.
Yeah,
that's all.
But we're here, and we're good, and we're safe, and I hope you guys are too.
All right.
So talk to you later.
Okay. Bye.